In Activity 4, Growing Underground, students dig up some of the seeds from the class garden to see if they have changed. They find that the seeds have sprouted and the young plant's first roots and shoots are emerging. From the kit, you will need Activity Sheet 4, magnifiers, class garden, 1-ounce plastic cups, plastic fork, inside a seed transparency, a sprouted seed transparency, plastic trays, and water sprinklers. You will also need to provide felt tip marker, overhead projector, paper towels, and tap water. To prepare for the activity, make a copy of Activity Sheet 4 for each student. Make sure to begin this activity when some of the seeds have begun to sprout, about a week after Activity 2, as the seeds will need to have a visible root and tiny shoot. Fill the 1-ounce cups half full of water and fill the water sprinklers with water. Each team of 2 will need a magnifier, a 1-ounce cup of water, and a plastic tray with a sprouted seed and a non-seed object on a numbered paper towel. To begin the activity, ask the class, what do you think is happening to the seeds we planted in Activity 2? Some students may suggest that the seeds are swelling up and getting soft like the soaked seeds they observed in Activity 3. Tell the class that they are going to examine some of the objects from the class garden. Using a plastic fork, dig up some of the larger seeds from the class garden that have reached the sprouting stage and shake each sprout gently to remove most of the soil attached to its roots. Place each seed on a paper towel and write the number of its garden plot. Then put the towel with a seed on each of the trays. Next, dig up the non-seed objects such as gravel, vermiculite, or copper pellets, and place one on each tray beside the sprouted seed. Distribute the trays of materials to the class. If soil is still clinging to the objects from the class garden, have students rinse them off in the cups of water, then lay them back on the paper towels. Allow students time to observe the objects, encouraging them to use their magnifiers for a closer look. Ask students, have the items changed since you planted them in the class garden? Students should note that some have changed, but some have not. Then ask, which of the items on your trays do you think are not seeds? Students should conclude that the copper pellets, vermiculite, and gravel are not seeds because they have not changed and grown since they planted them. Lead students to understand that the other objects must be seeds because the seeds have changed and are growing new parts. Instruct students to focus on the sprouted seeds and look at them closely and circulate among the teams to help students and listen for their observations. Remind students to handle the seeds gently to avoid breaking them apart. When all students have observed their seeds, ask, how have the seeds changed? Students should have noticed that the seeds have started to grow new parts. Explain to the class that the root is the part of the new plant that will grow underground, while the shoot is the part that will grow above ground. Then tell students that when a seed grows into a tiny plant with roots and a shoot, we say that the seed sprouted. Project the sprouted seed transparency and point out the root and shoot on the corn seed. Tell students that the roots, which usually grow first, are often white and may have small hairs on them, and that the shoots may have folded leaves and are a pale green color. Then help students identify the roots and shoots on their seeds. Next, project the inside a seed transparency and ask students which part of the seed grows into the roots and shoots. Then ask, can you find the seed coat of your seed? And how has the seed food part of your seed changed? Students should have observed that the new plant part of the seed grows into the roots and shoots. The seed coat may have fallen off in the soil or may still be around the seed like loose skin. Students may have also noticed that as the seed grows, the parts may shrink as the stored food is used up. Next, distribute Activity Sheet 4 and have students draw their seeds with roots and shoots. Encourage them to make their drawings larger than the actual sprouted seed and label all its parts. As students complete their drawings, ask for volunteers to help you replant the seeds in the class garden. By placing the seed back in the hole, root down and gently sprinkling soil over it. To conclude the activity, rinse and air dry the trays, fork, and cups, and place all materials back in the kit. Return the water sprinklers to their place in the classroom. For science background, reinforcement activities, curriculum connections, and information about the Delta Science Readers, please consult your DSM Teacher's Guide.